evening and welcome to Laughing Monkey Music Show. Today we have on the Gypsy Kings. The challenge is that we have a translator. So actually, if you could introduce yourself and hop in here a little bit and
Absolutely, yes. I am Niall Darwish. I am the tour manager for the Gypsy Kings internationally, and I have the pleasure of accompanying them on their American tour. Absolutely, yes. This is Mika Baliardo, Tonino's son, and Tonino Baliardo, the founding member of the Gypsy Kings.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you for coming on. Now, what I was saying earlier on to you before we started was that to me, from the first album that came out, very, very important. Me and my wife loved listening to the Gypsy Kings to the point of I actually proposed to my wife during one of the albums because so they have the opportunity to speak is a little extra special for me. And I do want to mention you guys are on tour, so I'll have the link up so people can go to the website and get tickets if you're still on the way. Okay.
C'est très spécial de l'avoir pour lui, parce que comme il a dit, il a demandé sa femme en mariage. Donc c'est très spécial.
Excellent. Excellent. So let's hop into some questions about the album and overall. So what story did you most want to tell with the Historia album?
Qu'est-ce que vous vouliez raconter comme histoire avec l'album Historia?
Historia, c'est un peu un medley de nos trois tubes qu'on a joué sur scène depuis des années, qui est Djobi, Djoba, Bamboléo, et donc on souhaite la bienvenue, c'est un premier titre de concert, la bienvenue en chanson avec ce titre-là qu'on va chanter, ça annonce un peu la couleur.
So Historia is a sort of medley of all the most famous Gypsy King songs, Djobi, Djoba, Bamboléo, and Bailame. And the first, tu as dit la première track, c'est
l'ouverture de la salle.
C'est l'ouverture.
Un concert.
Mais la première track, c'est quoi?
Celui-là. Un concert, c'est Historia.
Historia spécifiquement, yeah. So Historia is sort of like a welcome, is what they're saying to their album.
Excellent, excellent. And I'm hoping that this will expose you guys to even more new fans to interview because I hope more people get to enjoy how great you guys are to continue on the tradition of music. Real quick question is, playing father and son together is probably a question you get a lot. Is it the dynamic? Is it? I mean, obviously it's going to be very special. I know being a dad, playing with my son would be different. But how cool is it to play with your dad and begin a career of music?
Vous devez avoir cette question souvent, mais qu'est-ce que ça fait de père et fils de jouer ensemble, et particulièrement de toi en faire une carrière, quoi?
Eh bien, en fait, pour moi, du coup, c'est un honneur, quoi. C'est un honneur que mon père me confie des responsabilités, qui m'aide à aller en avant. C'est extraordinaire.
It's an honor for him, you know, for Mika, her son. It's an absolute honor that Tonino would trust him.
Ils ont grandi avec cette musique dans les oreilles, en fait.
Yeah.
À la maison aussi, il y a la musique aussi. Donc, voilà, il avait qu'à venir. Voilà, c'est tout.
They just grew up with it, you know? So they were born with it. They just know the music. They know, you know, how to play it.
It's so beautiful. From touring and when you're not touring, it's always the big question is, what is like, is there like a practice? I know there's a family and a tradition of gypsy music is you're always playing music. You can translate this better than I can, but are they playing all the time? Is there extra like practice time before the show to tighten the songs for the set? Or is it just always so fluid that they just put the set list together and kind of can just play? Because I know a lot of artists that play a lot, they kind of jump in and not really have to do a lot of prep. For them, because they play so much, do they have to do extra practice for a show?
Oh, okay. Yeah, absolutely, yes. Est-ce que quand vous vous préparez pour un spectacle, comment vous vous préparez en fait? Est-ce qu'il y a de la préparation réellement? Ou est-ce que c'est plus au fil de l'eau?
Moi, non. Il n'y a pas de préparation. Non. C'est instinctif.
Ouais.
On sait ce qu'on va faire. Et
c'est beaucoup de balance beaucoup de répètes pendant les balances, quoi.
Pour les balances, pour le son, surtout, oui. Par le son, oui.
So there's no preparation, actually, is what Tonino's saying. No preparation at all. They'll just play it by ear and most likely rehearse during sound check.
Et la scène, c'est notre salon, quoi.
Yeah, and the stage is their living room, you know?
All right. So let's talk about when Bamboléo and Djoba became hits. How did the lights change because it became so popular? How did things change for them?
Quand Bamboléo et Djobi Djoba, c'est devenu un tube interplanétaire, qu'est-ce qui a changé pour vous, en fait?
Mais nous, ça a été le début de l'aventure, de la grande aventure. On avait ces deux titres sur l'album, le Bamboléo, en fait, et qui, de suite, a marché très fort
Hmm.
en Europe et dans le monde entier, en fait.
Et tu es passé en fait de faire du sud de la France à des scènes.
Oui, oui, on était
Qu'est-ce que ça a fait? Qu'est-ce que ça a fait pour toi? C'est quoi le.
C'était quoi? C'était l'intention qu'on avait de parcourir le monde avec notre musique, hein. On y croyait très dur,
Ouais.
et c'est arrivé.
Ouais. They sort of weren't really surprised by it because weirdly enough, because they were
Okay.
they were used to playing at these like, high society events in the south of France.
Mhm.
And to them they believed in it so much that it was really somewhat no surprise to them that they would get there one day. Les chansons collectent toujours autant à l'audience aujourd'hui, au public.
Mais en fait, c'est que il y a notre partage de culture, il est très festif. Et dans un monde où règne un peu la guerre et plein de problèmes, avec notre musique, les gens arrivent à s'échapper et à prendre un peu de plaisir.
Gypsy culture is very festive. Can you say that in English?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Festive? Yeah.
Yeah, very, very festive. And I think in a world, is what Mika was saying, in a world where, we have we have tragic events, people just can come to a
Yes.
show, they can share their gypsy culture, which is about, family, community, and people can just forget about, their trouble. It's sort of an escape. A Gypsy King show is an escape.
Traditionally, kids usually don't follow their parents' spot or age groups, like especially in America. Are children still doing like learning flamenco and carrying on the tradition as much?
Oui, est-ce que, bon, traditionnellement, évidemment, c'était les parents, c'était toi,
Oui,
voilà, maintenant, c'est les enfants. Est-ce que les enfants ont envie de porter le nom? Toi, tu serais peut-être mieux placé pour répondre à cette question aussi.
Mais oui,
Hmm.
c'est un héritage pour nous qui est extraordinaire, mais en fait, c'est tellement grand à porter, ils ont poussé tellement loin les trucs,
Ouais.
c'est compliqué, quoi, quand même.
Mais est-ce que vous voyez le faire?
On le fait déjà quelque part,
Ouais.
mais leur niveau à eux, c'est
Yeah.
quand tu dis un peu de ces jeunes, comme ils sont là aujourd'hui, il faut leur musique un peu comme nous, comme on n'était pas
Ouais.
conscients, quoi.
Oui, d'accord, je comprends ce que tu veux dire. Carrying the Gypsy King's legacy is definitely something they're wanting.
Okay.
It's a heavy weight to carry because Tonino's an absolute legend.
Mhm.
But they're it's not that I mean they're willing to do it. They're already doing it, They're already like practicing, they're already getting ready to be on stage, even the younger ones and all that. So they're already doing it and they want to carry it.
That's awesome. I love that. I love to hear that. Is it different when they go from small shows to big shows? Is there any difference for them? Like, do they feel the energy differently? Because some artists like to play small shows and some
Mm.
like the big shows. Because they like the small shows because they're intimate and they play with the people, but the big shows, more exposure and more of a party.
Est-ce qu'il y a une différence? Est-ce qu'il y a quelque chose que vous préférez entre jouer des plus petits concerts qui sont plus intimes et des plus grands concerts? Parfois, les artistes préfèrent les plus petites salles parce que c'est plus intime, c'est plus avec le public. Est-ce que vous avez une préférence? Est-ce que vous l'abordez différemment?
C'est vrai que quand c'est plus intime aussi, c'est sympa aussi, mais en fait, on joue de la même façon. Que ce
Mm.
soit pour 20 000 personnes ou 1000 personnes, on joue c'est le même concert, en fait.
They play the same way. There are many things they like on both,
Yeah.
but they play the same exact way, and they love playing intimate spots, especially
Yeah.
Tonino. Yes.
Is there a favorite touring place that they have, like foods or visiting type of thing? Maybe not so much the audience, the people, but just like a favorite country to be in because they like the food, or you
C'est
know what
quoi?
I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. C'est quoi le pays que vous préférez dans lequel vous allez? Parce que il y a la salle où vous préférez jouer. Parce que vous mangez bien, ou vous êtes bien reçu, ou
Moi, c'est les États-Unis.
ouais. The US is what Mika is saying. Yeah.
Well said.
Non, mais c'est vrai qu'on a fait beaucoup de pays,
Ouais.
mais le plus où on a été, c'est aux États-Unis.
Yeah.
Donc, c'est un peu chez nous.
Tonino's the US as well. Yeah. That's his favorite.
Having sold over 25 million albums, what really motivates him now? And well, of course, the younger guys too, but what motivates him to keep going and doing, more music, reliving the other music.
Donc ça, c'est pour toi, Tonino, le fait d'avoir vendu 25 millions d'albums, de continuer, qu'est-ce qui te donne la motivation de continuer?
Simplement de faire la musique, hein. Moi, ma vie, c'est de faire la musique, même chez moi, et
Mm.
faire de la musique, quoi.
Yeah. It sounds very maybe dull, but it's just about making music, you know. And
No,
this is me speaking, but you know,
no,
Tonino's not at all in like a strategy or not at all calculating, you know, his next move. He's very genuine,
right.
extremely genuine, and that's, you know, he really does it out of love, profound love for music and for exposing
Yeah.
others to culture.
That's not dumb at all. That's a beautiful answer. You know, being honest and about it. Quick guitar question: strings. What gauges are they using? The way they play. I'm just so curious.
Qu'est-ce que vous utilisez pour les cordes de votre guitare et qu'est-ce que vous utilisez comme guitare?
Mais nous, on a eu quelques problèmes déjà, ça c'était au début, pour s'adapter à la scène, hein, pour avoir le son de concert.
Ouais.
Bon, on a ramé pour avoir des guitares un peu qu'on a travaillé avec des gens. Et ben ouais, c'est et le trois acoustique et les cordes nylon en fait.
Ouais.
Cordes nylon.
Mais vous êtes chez
Là, on est
Cordoba?
avec Cordoba maintenant.
Ouais, et en
Et
corde?
les cordes, c'est Knobloch.
Knockblock?
Knobloch. Knobloch.
Okay. So they're playing on Cordoba, which has been bought by Yamaha. And they're
Yeah.
doing they're using strings called Knoba.
Knobloch.
Knobloch. Knobloch.
Come on.
Knobloch.
I have a hard time pronouncing this.
That's good. We're all learning today. It's interesting because I love the sound of it, so I'm always curious to where we're getting to the sound from this setting. So to me,
Tonino was saying he had a very hard time at the beginning of the Gypsy Kings finding a good guitar that would, you know, project a sufficient sound to play, you know, gypsy music. But you know, he went through Gibson and then now he's with Cordoba. And he went with others as well, but they custom make them for him, and so now he's very satisfied with the end result.
Which song on this new album or collection feels like would be the song to introduce somebody to say, hey, check us out? Like, what do they think is the best representative to get them introduced?
Pour vous, sur tout l'album là que vous allez sortir sur Historia, quel est le morceau qui va qui représente le mieux l'album en fait? Que si par exemple il devait dire à quelqu'un, écoute les Gypsy Kings, je te les présente sur cet album, ce serait quoi le morceau, ce serait quoi le morceau?
Historia.
Peut-être c'est Historia, oui, parce que ça parle oui, de nous en fait.
So Historia, because it just talks about, you know, them, who they are, who they come from. It's a single that already came out a few weeks ago.
Yep.
And
I love the album, by the way. I've heard it. I have it. I've been listening. It was like Christmas for me. I'm like, oh, the holiday gift. I'm so happy. I love it.
Comme Noël pour lui, parce que c'est comme s'il avait eu un cadeau, quoi.
You know, each of those guys, out of the whole discography of them, what's their favorite song personally? Each of them.
C'est quoi votre chanson préférée de toute la discographie? C'est quoi votre chanson préférée à jouer
Ta carrière?
toute la carrière?
Ben, un titre comme Djobi, Djoba, Bamboléo, je ne suis jamais fatigué de la jouer en fait. Ça fait 40 ans qu'on l'apprenne, qu'on la
Et
joue.
toi?
Moi, c'est inspiration et passion.
C'est le nom.
Solitaire de mon père.
Ah, okay. So Tonino is Bamboléo, Djobi, Djoba. He never gets tired of the audience's reaction. Never gets tired of
Good, huh?
and then Mika is inspiration and passion, which is an instrument. C'est un instrumental, hein?
Oui, oui.
An instrumental piece written by Tonino. Both of them, inspiration, passion.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. These guys moving forward, like songwriting, the future of working together on more music together. How does that process go? Does he write it, and then the family, do they bring the music in together? Like, how are they building the future now with the band?
Comment vous écrivez ensemble? Quand vous êtes sur un nouvel album, pardon. Comment vous écrivez ensemble?
Mais moi, d'abord, je mène beaucoup d'idées.
Okay.
Et après, je vois avec Michael et mes fils et on travaille.
Donc, c'est d'abord toi l'idée, ensuite tes fils, et ensuite t'as
Ensuite,
tout le
le
monde.
groupe,
Le noyau, c'est papa, il amène tout.
Ouais.
Et nous, on amène un peu certains petits trucs, mais le 90%, c'est papa qui amène.
Okay. So Tonino will come with the idea, present it to his sons, and then they'll like broaden it and include other members. 90% of the work is what Mika is saying comes from Tonino, the initial idea, and then his sons will, you know, add on to it.
Ever a point where, you know, isn't able to play or as much, and the sons will take over?
Il demande si est-ce qu'il y a un point où toi tu voudras arrêter, tu voudras donner la place à tes fils sous le nom de Gypsy King.
Oui, voir comment ça se passe, mais c'est vrai que moi, comme tout le monde, je vieillis aussi. Hein, tant que ouais, j'ai la santé, oui, je peux le faire, mais il viendra un moment où oui, j'essaierai de faire travailler mes fils aussi.
Because, everybody ages, obviously. So Tonino does as well. And and so as long as he has health, he'll keep on going, but there will come a point where he will include his sons gladly, and they will carry on the Gypsy legacy. Yes.
I do hope it's many, many, many years that he continues on, though. So I'm not rushing it by any means. It's more about tradition for the next generation, for like my kid's generation, to continue on with his family of history.
You know what? The Amazon Prime documentary is coming out in May.
It is. Okay, yeah.
We watched it yesterday, and it really talks about this transitioning into the next generation.
Is there more dates going to be added on?
Yeah.
The tour?
Il demande s'il y a des dates qui vont être rajoutées à la tournée. Si vous voulez, je réponds parce que je.
Ouais, réponds pas.
So obviously we're doing this 13-day tour. We're continuously working hard to bring the band around the world. I can't say too much yet because it's not public information yet, but there will be a lot of touring in Europe this year. Yes. Definitely, you're absolutely right. It will definitely be updated on our socials, and it will be on there likely in the coming weeks. So we encourage everyone to go on his socials and to check it out.
Fan requests for live music. They have certain songs that the fans want to hear all the time that they just can't. I imagine it's probably a lot of favorites. But are they not popular?
Alors évidemment, les fans ont envie d'écouter Bamboléo, Djobi, Djoba, etc. Mais est-ce qu'il y a des chansons qui ne sont pas aussi connues
Bien sûr.
que des fans vraiment demandent?
Oui,
Comme quoi,
je ne sais plus, moi.
Un amour, un exemple.
Un amour.
Demande, ouais. Inspiration aussi, les gens le demandent.
Inspiration is one of their songs. Un amor.
Ben Maria.
Ben Maria, which is slightly more popular.
Chili B.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chili B. Some fans ask for that a lot. Yeah.
Is there any chance that the band will do a special shows where they do one album, whole album? You know how artists do a whole album nowadays? They do an album
for a show, a recorded show.
Yeah. They do a special this album, and then maybe the next night do this album, some special one-offs.
Yeah. Est-ce qu'il y aurait un projet d'album, par exemple, où ce serait un enregistrement d'un concert où vous feriez un album en entier, un album en entier sur scène et que vous le sortiriez, ou c'est pas dans les projets du
On l'avait fait par le passé, en live, on l'avait fait. Non, là, c'est pas un but pour l'instant.
They did it in the past, but it's not something they'd be keen on trying again, I don't think.
What do you want listeners to understand about Tonino after hearing the album and learning about him and the Gypsy Kings, and checking out the new movie? What should they carry away with him?
Donc évidemment, lui, il a envie de parler de l'album, du nouvel album, du documentaire. S'il y a une chose, ou s'il y a plusieurs choses même, hein, c'est que les fans devraient retenir, qu'est-ce que ce serait? Ce n'est pas ça.
En fait, c'est la continuité de l'album, en fait, plusieurs titres où, quand même, je parle assez de la vie de nos ancêtres, de notre vie en tant que gitan, de voyage. Donc ça, c'est un peu le fil rouge
D'accord,
titres, hein.
OK. What he's trying to convey through the album and through the documentary is truly what Gypsy culture is about. Truly about what they represent, about their life story, about where Tonino comes from, about his uncle, his just the whole life story, just living simply is really what it's about.
I get that. Thank him and his son for taking the time today. I appreciate it.
Merci à vous d'avoir pris le temps. Il apprécie vraiment.
Il a une belle collection de guitares, lui.
You have a great collection. You have a great guitar collection. He's jealous.
I want to thank you very much for the time.
Merci encore
Yeah,
d'avoir pris le temps.
thank
Et
you.
j'espère vous voir à Richfield. Et a pleasure. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you. Take care.
having us.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.